Now, the path to freedom for Erik and Lyle Menendez erased. A judge rejects their request for a new trial in the murders of their parents. District Attorney weighs in. Welcome to the Fox 11 News at 5. I'm Christine Devine. So we're going to talk about this. The Menendez brothers suffering another setback in their push to be released from prison. Their bid for a new trial denied by an LA judge. It is the latest legal loss for the two brothers. They were denied parole just last month. So Susan Hirasuna, you've been following this story. You've talked to the DA. We got response on that.
I feel like everybody's been following this story, right? Okay, so hopes were high when a judge resentenced Erik and Lyle Menendez, which made them eligible for parole. That was in May. But last month, the parole board denied the brothers' parole request. And today, a Los Angeles Superior Court judge denied the request for a habeas corpus request for a new trial. The Menendez brothers have spent 35 years behind bars for the killing of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. Recent documentaries and the Netflix series Monsters, the Erik and Lyle Menendez story, stoked interest in the brothers' release. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman explained what a habeas corpus request is and why the judge did not grant the request for a new trial.
So the Menendez brothers went ahead back in May of 2023, and they isolated two additional pieces of evidence that they said had never been previously presented at trial and met the rigorous standard of habeas review in order to get this new trial.
Well, the two new pieces of evidence never submitted in previous trials included a letter written by Erik to a cousin that said he'd been molested by his father. And then there was a declaration from a member of the boy band Menudo who claimed to have been raped by Jose Menendez. Now, here's why the new evidence was questionable and not credible, according to the DA.
Both of whom testified at each of the trials, and neither of whom testified that this letter and communication existed. What we said about the Roy Rossello declarations, we made the same arguments, that effectively it wasn't timely, it wasn't new, it wasn't credible.
So what's left for the Menendez brothers? They filed a formal request for clemency to Governor Newsom. That was in late 2024 with the help of former District Attorney George Gascon. Newsom has never revealed how he feels about the brothers' release. But right now it seems as if that's their last path to freedom.
And I think we're all keeping a watch on Governor Newsom and his run for president, so to speak.
His unofficial, not announced.
Weigh in.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's not official. It hasn't been announced, but he appears to be operating on that idea that he will be running for president.
So how might that weigh in on a big issue like this?
I don't know. We're talking about a national, platform for him as president and running for president. So it just depends on whom you ask. There are plenty of people who say they did an awful, heinous crime and they deserve to remain in prison.
The argument of the DA. All right, thank you.